Hi and welcome to Java NetBeans Hotel Management System. So let me show you guys how this works. Now that I've populated all of this, you can always just click there and enter the customer's details, or if you don't want any customer details in there, you can delete. You select to delete. If you don't select, you get this error message, and you can also add more customers if you want. Let's say we have another customer in India and the name happens to be, let's say, Peter Queens, and Peter Queens lives in number 45 East, let's say, Lane. That's where Peter Queen lives, and let's change these details around. Peter Queen's phone number changes. Okay, tell mobile number, it at whatever. And where is Peter Queen from? He's not a South African, so let's assume he's from Australian. And date of birth, let's change that to something like that, and change this, maybe this to October. Okay, and what does he have as his identity? Passport, mail. And how long is Peter Queen staying for? Let's say he's staying for the same amount of time. So all you just need to do is click on there and just add it on board. Okay, so what I will do now is take you guys straight into Java NetBeans, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now. Hi and welcome to Java NetBeans tutorial. This session is at the request of someone who would like me to develop an hotel management system in Java NetBeans. I'm going to start by going to File, select New Project, click on Next, but make sure Java and Java application is selected, then click on Next. Now let's give that a name. We call it Hotel. I'm going to uncheck that. Let's click on Finish. And right here we now have our file ready. Right click on it, select New, JFrame Form, click on Next, and then let's just give that a name, Hotel underscore system. And that's the name of my class here, and here I'm going to call that, let's copy that and drop it here, Hotel Management System. Click on Finish. Now that our form is ready, I'm going to right click on that very form, set layout. I'm going to make it absolute layout, and select the form again. Let's come to code right here, and here I'm going to define the size. Okay, let's make the size about 1600 and maybe 2. Let's go for 4. We can always reduce. And this one I'm going to make that, let's go for 700. And here generate center, check that so that we can get it centered. So we can even compile and just run and see how this form looks like. Click on OK, and right there, that's our form there. Okay, let's close that and continue. So I'm going to reduce this to maybe about 4, from 4 to 2, that's fine. Alright, let's start with the design of the interface. With the interface right here, let's grab some object here, but before that I'm going to need some jDateChooser. So let's go into Explorer, and right here, okay, we have our download jCalendar jar file, and right here select this very first one, click on it and scroll right down. This is what we need. Let's scroll right down, and there, that is it right there. Click on it to get it downloaded. Yeah, you can now close that because the file is now downloaded. I'm going to close it. Yeah, let's cancel that. Alright, now you come into your palette right here, right click on the palette and select palette manager, this very one, and you then click on add from jar. Now navigate to wherever you have this file that you've just downloaded. I guess I have mine here now. Double click on it, and there we go. That's the file that I want, this very one. Okay, click on it and select next, and those are all the files that I need for my project. I think I'm going to need this very one. Okay, you can view all the files by selecting show all Java NetBeans, Java Bean, and those are all the files. Now this one is show marked Java Bean, so this is the very one I want this. Click on next. Then here you're meant to select which of the folder where you want your file. Just click on OK and add another one, and I want this one. Let's go back in there next. I want this one. Okay, so click on next, and I want that inside control. Click on finish, and there, if you come in here, you should be able to see the files. Those are the files, or those are the objects, so we can now drag them on board. And let's close this now that we have all the objects in place. I think I have duplicates, so I can always just right click and get rid of them. Let's remove that. Yep, we don't want that. We have duplicate of it. Date, we have date here, so the choice is mine. Alright, we have those objects in place. We're gonna be using them very soon. So let's start with the development now. The first thing I need is I need a label. Let's place my label right here. There. Now let's change the font of this label, because I can always copy and paste that very label. I'm going to make it maybe 12 bold. Yeah, let's just copy that label. Let's paste it right in there. Copy, paste. Alright, we're going to need a lot of these labels. Copy and paste. Okay, for the very first few labels that I've copied and pasted, I'm going to change their details. So this very one is going to be known as customer ID or customer reference. Let it be a reference number from the company, from the hotel reference. Let's say customer reference. That's it. Now the next one, I'm going to call that, let's go for first name and surname. Okay, and so on. Now the next thing I would like to do is let's add a text box, or text field is called. I'm going to add a text field here and maybe increase the size of the text field as well too. Let me go for 14 bold and change all of these to 14 bold as well. Yeah. Okay, there. We can copy this. Let's get rid of the content first and just copy it across. Okay, we're going to need more information from the customer because the customer might be from other countries. So let's come in here and add more information about this our customer. I'm going to copy all of this, copy and drop it right there. Yeah, there. That makes life easy. Now this one, let's change that to nationality. So that needs correction, so that should be AL. Alright, so with the nationality here, this is where this object that I copied earlier becomes very handy. So right in here, that is it. Let's grab this and drop it right there. Alright, so when I run this, let's compile and run and you see what I'm talking about. This is why these objects are very useful. So let's run it and you'll see it. Right in there we have different countries, so you can just select wherever this customer comes from. By the way, where is Nigeria? Come on Java, you should have put in Nigeria there. Okay, it's Philippines. Let me look for UK. That's my country as well. Alright, United Kingdom is there. That's good enough for me. Alright then, let me continue. Close that. Now here, let's change this to something else. So instead of wasting your time, I'm just going to speed up the development of the whole interface and we take it from there. But before I speed it up, one more thing, I'm going to need a table. Let's grab a table. I think it's here somewhere. There we go. Grab a table and dump it right there for now. Yeah. Then we will come with I'll show you the modification that will take place on this table. I'm going to need about 10 rows, if not more. Okay, let's finish up with this table. Okay, come to model right here. We're going to select as follows. Let's come in here, just select this property. When right in here, I'm going to enter 0 in there. I don't want any default in there. Okay, adjust the columns. Let's go for 10 for now. And there we go. So 0 means when the system starts running, nothing shows. Okay, now this very first one is going to be the customer reference. So let's enter customer reference in there. So that is the customer reference. And next, first name. And let's change this to string. String for all. And here, that is surname. So I'm just going to speed that up. I think we need to add more data in here. Let's insert more. Let's move this up. We're going to need the following as well. Alright, we need more information about these guys. Okay, right in here we have the customer date of birth, and let's enter gender. So we enter the gender. All of this is just for the hotel's record. Then this is going to be check-in date, and the next one will be check-out date. Check-out date, and there's an error here. That's supposed to be date. We will correct that. And come right here. Another important thing will be the customer's room type. Okay, we will need room number as well, you know. Room type. Okay, and here will be a room number. Okay, with the room number we should be able to get the extension. Alright, you see here I'm going to change that to customers mobile number. Then we change this one to room number. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, let's click on OK for now. We have 15 columns in total. Click on OK, and there you go. Those are all the columns. When you finish, you can always view the columns here. Alright, that's fine. Let's come in here, change this to, where is it? Right here. Change that to, paste that in there. Let's cut this off. Cut, and come right here, change that to there. So that is much better. And this, let's reduce it. So the design of the interface is almost in place, so we may have to speed up the whole process again, because here I'm going to need some data in there as well. Okay, for now this is how the whole interface looks like. So we have all our details there. We can always adjust. Okay, so let's close that. And this one, date, we need to change that. We need to change these two as well with those objects that I downloaded. So let's come to date, delete that object, delete this one as well, date of birth, delete. And now let's come right here. This is where this component becomes very handy. Click on that and paste it right there. Drag it that much. We can now copy another one for this one. We should drag it this much, and alright, now we need one more. Yeah, so this will be the length of everything. Some of these components I will still have to change them to maybe combo box. So for now, let's just see how it looks like, and let's move this in a little bit more so that we can have enough room for this very table. Okay, all that modification requires or needed is going to include something like ID type and so on, but for now let's just compile and run. You guys see how the interface look like for now. That is how it looks. Okay, and here I'm going to enter some other component that will take care of the calculations. So let's scroll right down and let's look for panel. There we go. Drop a panel right here and move it right down. Something off about that, and I will now go to the border of that very panel and make that a little bit thicker, maybe about 4. I think that might be too thick. Let's see, there's something else we can use, bevel. Let's lower it. Yeah, that's much better than changing the border. If I run it, let's see how that's gonna look like. Okay, that's how that looks. But I need to move it up a little bit. Let's take it a little bit up. Yeah. Okay, I now need buttons instead of hanging around. I need some buttons here. Then I'm gonna need labels. I've already got labels anyway. I can delete that. Copy this label. Copy and paste it. Paste. Let's bring it down. 1. Paste another one. 2. And another one. 3. Yeah. So that would be for tax. Subtotal. And finally, that will be total here. So let's copy 3 of these, copy and paste right there. Okay, in the case of the buttons, let's change this to something readable. 24, that'll be for my total and so on, and copy that. Paste. Let's see, it's not. Right click, copy, paste. Paste another one, and maybe one more. I can always delete if I don't need it. Paste. Right. Well, I know one of these is going to be exit. Let's go for reset here, and this will be total cost. And right here I may want to delete any content from the table. Yeah, for now. And maybe we should just undo that move. Select it all, or maybe just make it a little bit bigger. Alright, that is my design for the whole interface. I will presume is all completed now. Alright guys, that is how the whole system looks for now. There's going to be some other changes. Yeah, those are that's the button I don't want. Let me get rid of that. It's right up there. Okay, now the other few design that needs to go into place is 1, 2 and 3. Room type and gender as well. So let's delete those 4. Yeah, room type extension. Yeah, we should have the extension in place, we can always select our extension here. Okay, now let's get a combo box in place for those. I think it's 5 of them. Combo box. Alright, let's change the font size of that combo box to 14 as well. Alright, and just copy it. I will now copy that very combo box across. This one here and one more. Copy there. That is it. So that concludes my design of the interface. Okay, for these second parts, let's start with the implementation of this combo box. Let's close that. This is wrong. Alright, let's come in here. Since we spotted that, let's get it sorted right away. Alright, now let's go for the ID type. Okay, normally let's look at driving license. Let's go for another thing, might be passport, and let's see, pilot license, and maybe student ID. Let's complete this. Come on, let's say student ID. Alright, and that should do it. Okay, and here let's just complete this license. Alright, I think that is fine. Okay, that's fine for that. Now room type can be single, double, or family size. That's taken care of. Room number. Alright, so I'm just going to minimize this because we can have as many rooms there. So let's go for room 001 and so on. 002. So I'll speed up the room one because it's more or less like a 5-star hotel. So let's speed that up. Okay, for the room I've just entered up to 12. That should do that. Oh, that'll be fine for now. Okay, now what about extension? So the extension can always be 00 according to the room type. So let's copy all of these and paste that right in here. So we have 12 in there, so this one can be 01. So that is the room extension. Then the receptionist can always die. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Alright then. So let's see. Gender. Okay. The gender. Let's take care of gender. That can be male, comma, or female. There. Alright, let's run it and see how it looks like. Now this is how the whole system looks. We can always select maybe passport. Yeah, but gender is not happening there. Date checked in, and let's say dates to be out, something like that. Single. Room number, and that means telephone number is that. Okay, there's something I think we should add. Let's say the customer. What about meal? Meal. We can always get rid of something here. Maybe get rid of this. Yeah, if we get rid of that, we will need customers meal, or change this to meal. Yeah, to address, no, let's change that. First of all, why is gender not working? Let's see, that's gender, that's fine, that should work. Yeah, gender is fine. Alright, date of birth, let's see, date of birth, let's make that. Yeah, that's date of birth there. Right. Yeah. Date in, date out. Single. And room number. Day. Okay, let's change address to male. And that means we're gonna have to change the table as well. So okay, I'll do that and get back to you guys. Alright, we've taken care of the mail and we've deleted address by replacing address 2 with mail. So that is the mail. So we now need to move it. Let's come straight into the table here. And right here we need to move address 2 right above room type. Address 2. Let's just select it all and move down. Is that right? Yeah, that is right. Okay, all this one should be string as well. Okay, so address 2 becomes mail. Alright, so let's run our program for now and just see how it looks like before we start with the coding. There, that's the mail, and we'd have the mail in place. However, none of these do anything. So let's come back into the program. I'm going to start with the simpler one. The simple one, let's go for this one here. Right click, event. Oh, that has no name, so let's give it a name. B or J BTN exit. And right click on it, event, action perform. Yeah, there we go, right there. And we enter as follows. Okay, with the exit, first of all we need to declare the following object here. Let me call that private. I'll go for J as a J frame, and that will become the frame. So right here in here, let me enter as follows. Get rid of that first. Okay, let's say first of all let's take care of this. Import that, that's fine, and move it up. And there, frame equals new JFrame, and what will this object be? That will be exit. Now let's use an if statement. If J option, this might probably give me an error because I need to import the option plain dot, let's say show. Let's come back here and just double click on it. There we go, right there. Okay, that makes life easy. So we can just change that to frame, get rid of that and get rid of that, and here whatever we want to enter in here we can always specify that. Let's say equals confirm confirm if you want to exit, and it's a comma. Let me enter the name of my hotel there. That will be hotel management system there. Now one other thing is, let's add a message box. There's a comma, and get rid of all these. I don't need them. We'll enter one message box there. Let's go for J option plain dot yes no option. Where is it? You just enter yes. There we go. Yes no option. Yeah, select that. So if that is equals to yes no option, in that case I want the system to exit. Maybe we should just press enter so that you guys can see everything. Alright, I want that system to exit, so let's enter a curly braces there, and here system dot exit. Alright, that's it. So make sure this object is called here, and those are the lines of code for the exit. So have a good look at it. Now the next thing we want to do is, let's go for, shall we go for reset or delete? Okay, let's take care of the delete first. That's deleting content from the table itself. So right here inside the table, I'm going to enter, let's say default table mode. I guess that is correct. Equals, let's see. Alright, let's keep going. Copy that, paste that in here in the bracket, and the name of my table, I think there's wrong spelling here. Let's correct that first. Yeah, correct this as well. Okay, and the name of my table, that will be jTable #1 dot get mode. Where is it? There we go. And there. Now the next thing is, let's use an if statement to verify. First thing first, let's say rotating. Let's get rid of it here. That's fine. Okay, right in there, if the table itself, copy that. So let's say if my table dot get selected row, there we go. Now let's say if it's less than 1, then what about the column? We're gonna need one for the, that is for the row, and we need another one for to count. Let's use another if statement. If here, but in that case this one will be different. So that should be get row count equals 0. Yeah. Okay, so I would then need, alright, then I would then need one option box or message box. Paste that in there. Message plain dot show message. Let's say option dot show message. Where is it? Message dialog. Right. And the message I'd like it to show, let's say here is none, and the message I'd like it to show, we'll say hotel booking updated. hotel booking update confirm. Alright, so speech mark in there on one here as well. Now let's come in here and just enter the name of the hotel. So we'll copy all that. Let's paste that in there. Right. Now, comma, and let's go for J option. Copy all that and paste that in there. J option in this case, let's go for OK. The option will be OK, and that's all there is to that. So delete, taken care of, and exit, taken care of as well. Remember, you must declare this first. And alright, so what else? We can just copy this for updates. Copy. Or the question is, do I have update? No, I don't have any updates. Alright, let's make that up. I'll copy this first. Paste it right there. Let's come in here and change this to update. Give it a name. Change the variable name to update. Right. So back in here, I'm just going to copy all of these. That'll become my update. Yeah. So right click, event, action perform, right here, paste that, try it again. Copy, right inside update and paste. Okay, so the same lines of code was used for delete and update, so that is fine. Okay. Alright, the next thing we want to do now is let's take care of this. This might take some time, but I'll just show you guys one, then we take it from there. Reset. You need to right click, come in here, action perform. There. The first thing we want to reset is, let's reset the table so that we can clear any content inside the table. To do that, let's go for the table details here. I'm going to copy all of this. Let's copy all of this here. That's handy. Come right here in the reset, paste, scroll right down, and all we just need to do is the node dot set row, down the row, set row to 0. There, that's all there is to that. So that's to reset the table. Now we want to get rid of this following jTxt customer, I think it's called customer ref dot set text equals no. That is one. The next one is jTxt, let's say first name, I think, dot set text. Okay, now that you guys get the whole idea for the reset, I'm just going to speed that up. Alright guys, this is how the reset looks right now. Let's move this up so that you can see it all. Okay, take it from the top. That's the reset. Okay, let's run it. run. Now we can enter reference in there and name here. Let's enter a proper name. Let's go for Paul Owen. Address. Oshodi, Lagos. Right now, postcode. Mobile number. Email address. And nationality is UK, and okay, we settle for UK. Date of birth, let's select this. Now let's just make that up. Yeah, that's fine. And what about year? That's good. That's good enough for me. Alright, that's my date of birth. That's a lie. Driving license, let's say I'm using my passport. No, let's use my pilot license. Gender, I'm male. And date checked in, I'm checking in today. And when I intend to get out of here, let's say this day. Would I need any meal? Yes, I do need two square meal a day and double room. What about room for room number? Okay, 007, and extension in that case would be 107 there. So for now, this is how the whole system looks like, and you can always reset everything. Let's see if that works. Click on reset. There we go, guys. The system is back to normal. You see this total, what I want is when I click on this total, I would like whatever we have in here to be displayed here. So to do that, let's come in here. The delete, let me show you guys. Modify the code for the delete. There it is. Okay, that's the code for the delete. Now let's go back here. Right click on total, go to event, add event, action perform, and right here for the total, I just want it to populate. So these are the lines of code. Okay, take a good look at it. There I'm calling the table itself, and those are the content I like to be added onto the table. Okay, have a good look at that before we carry out all of the other calculation. But just before we continue with the proper calculation for the total, let me run this out and you'll see how it looks like. Run, and we enter some data in here. So let's say that is the reference number, and let's enter a name there. That's my name, and address somewhere in London. Okay, postcode, mobile number, please don't call that number. Email address, that is not my email. And nationality, citizen of United Kingdom. Date of birth, I guess some of my buddies out there would like to know the date of birth, so I'm just gonna make that up. Yeah, about right. Select anything, that's my date of birth. License type, okay, let's go for my pilot license. Gender and date check in 24, and date I intend to check out, let's say this day. Meal, 3 square meal a day, double room number 007, telephone number will be 107. So all I need to do is just add it onto the table. You get that, guys? So that is how the system is going to work, and in here we'll end up with something like, let's say the cost is that the tax rate is about that, and here subtotal, let's add about 300 to that. And the total is going to be approximately 370. Okay, that's how it's going to be. Right. Okay, so let's say we change whoever is in here and change this name to, well, let's say we'll go for Kunle, and address, let's go for Oshodi, Lagos. Let's say number 1, we should, or number 3, okay, Lagos, and Nigeria, and postcode, mobile number, email address, citizen of, which this Nigeria here, I'm going to have to modify this. Okay, I may have to modify it. Let's say English Canadian, why not? Date of birth. Okay, it's not a pilot, so change that. It's a male, and change that, and change this as well. Maybe single room, 3 square meal, and room number, and telephone number there. So update and so on. That's how the system is going to work. So the other thing is, supposing the customer, you enter duplicate copy, you can always select it. That's the whole idea for this. Just select and delete. So the delete works as expected. Alright, so let's take good care of this total now. Okay, before we continue, there's some error that need to be taken care of. The date of birth, there's an error there, and this one has no Nigeria, so we need to change that. So let me exit. Well, first thing first, let me demonstrate that that works. That's good. Alright, exit. Okay, there. Now let's take care of this so that we can add some more countries in there. So I'm going to expand it. Come right in here. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to enter Nigeria somewhere here. Nigerian, and there. Okay, now that we have Nigeria in place, the next thing is the date of birth. Now I think that's got to do with this, so double click on that. Date of birth, let's see, actually here somewhere. Let's go back there, check out the name. Okay, the name is jDateChooser. Alright, so it's meant to be dates, so I'm going to copy this, come right there, the chooser one, and just change this. paste. So that should take care of that. So let's compile and run. Just be sure that we can get Nigeria in the house and the date as well. First thing first, let's check out Nigeria is there now. That's more like it. And date, we can select date of birth. Let's go for January 2903. That's fine. And ID type, passport, gender female, name, let's call her KC Omen. Oh, this should be, cut that off, paste that there, and this is now here an address. Let's say 90 Frog now. Oshodi, Lagos. Okay, postcode and mobile number, email address as KC at Hotmail. Okay, so we just set this, check that out, and that is fine. Mail to double. Okay, let's see. Alright, date of birth, let's say that is fine now. And the country is taken care of as well, so that's good. That's good. Now, what I would then do is to continue with the calculation. The calculation is going to be based on the meal, type of room. Okay, just these two really, the meal and the room. Okay, yeah, that's right. Exit. Now we're back in here. Alright, the calculation will start up here. Okay, the first thing I will do is let me enter, there's a line there. Okay, that's fine. Then I'm going to declare the following variable. Let's come in here, let's say int, let's go for single, let's make that room, single room equals, let's go for maybe 35 pounds. Right, now I'm going to have to declare more rooms for double room, and the cost maybe 65 pounds or maybe 55, and let's go for family room. Then the other variable that I'm going to declare now will be for the meal. So let's copy that and just paste that in there. So that's going to be meal 1. So maybe 7 pounds, and meal 2. And then we have meal 3 here. Yeah. So that is all done. Now the next thing, let's declare simple dates format. Let's call that format equals new simple date. Copy paste, enter the format of my dates there. So that's going to be, that's the date format right there. Okay, now the next thing is, let's declare as follows: date, let's say check in, date check in, or check in date equals no value there, and checkout date as well. Let's copy and paste that there. That'll be checkout, no value as well. Now those two variables, I will then use try catch. Let's say try, and that's going to be date in, paste that, undo that. Yeah, that's fine. And that is going to be, let's say format dot parse, and what am I passing? That's going to be format as well. Format dot format, because that's the name of my variable. And here I now need the name of the, okay, that's supposed to be jDate2. Let's copy that, paste that in there, but that's supposed to be for 3 dot get date. Right there. Okay, the next thing we want to do is, let me just copy this and change it around for the next one. Don't worry about the error, we just need to take care of the try catch. This is out, check out dates, and this is number 2. And here now let's say else want you to catch any whatever error, exception E. Okay, there goes the error. So in this case, let's say E dot print. There we go. Now that we've taken care of that, so we declare another variable. This time around is going to be long data type. So my variable name is going to be known as check different. The check different in this case, let that be the first will be check in date. Copy that and paste that in there, and enter, let's say dot that gets time. Right, then I'm going to subtract that from check out dates. Let's copy this and just paste it right here, undo that, paste that here, and change this to check out date, and enter a parent or no, semicolon actually. So the difference between those dates will be stored in here. Okay, so what else do we need to do now? We now need to maybe declare another variable. This time around is going to be an integer, so let me call it days different. Okay, equals, let's say convert it to integer, and that will be check different divide by 1000. Has to convert it to day. divide by 60, and we divide it by another 60, then divide by 24. That will give me the number of days. Right, that is that done. So now I'm going to now use if statement. If, let's say J, I don't know the name, let me look for the name. Room type, I know it's the room type. Room type, right there, copy it, go back in there. J room type dot get selected item. There we go. Dot get selected item dot equals, let's go for single this time around. Go for the single, a single room, and the other one, I need the name of the other one, that's for meal. Copy that, come back here, let's say, and meal. I'm going to copy all of this and paste it there, paste it right here. Okay, that will be 1, and meal happens to be 1. Enter. We start with our calculation. So now I want jTXT total dot set, open a bracket, integer dot to string, convert it to string. And what are we converting to string? We want to now convert date, that's day different, multiply that by single room, now come out here and just add plus 1 meal. There, that's good. One of them is taken care of. So I'll now just copy that for the other two. Copy, paste, and paste. So changes to tax and changes to subtotal. Alright. Okay, to complete the first condition, I will now declare another variable, double. I'm going to go for q equals double dot, and what we are passing is going to be the content inside. Let's take care of this first. Let's take care of this very first one. Copy that, paste it right in here. That will be for tax, and changes to get. Right now, q equals q, let's say multiply by 0.25 and divide it by 100. Divide by 100. Okay, and string, let's say tax equals string dot format. Let's change that to pound sign. Let's enter pound sign there. Dot 2f, and here will be change that to q. Right. Semicolon. Okay. Now that we've done that, the next thing is we now need the tax itself, and paste that in there that we just copied, and what we then enter will be the tax itself. So let's say tax there. So that is fully tax taken care of. If I run the system, let's compile and run first. And just compile and run. Okay, let's try that out. Let's select some days in there. Okay, we need one meal, room type is single. There we go. Okay, so we now need to take care of the orders. So that's working as we want. Yeah, so all I then need to do is just to copy this and just change it around. Copy, paste. So I'll change this for, that will be for my subtotal, and change this to subtotal as well. Come in here, change this to subtotal, and then change the variable to STs for subtotal, and subtotal right here, and this one becomes subtotal right there. Okay, in the case of subtotal, we really don't need this, so we can get rid of that and just leave that there, just like that. So that is subtotal taken care of. Now total, copy all of this, come right down here, paste that of total, and just change this to total. Alright, in the case of total, I'm going to have to add the tags, let's say plus Q. There, as the very first calculation taken care of. So have a good look at it, and maybe we can just move this up for you guys. Let's get rid of this so that we have enough room. Yeah, get rid of that. Okay, and we can get rid of this as well. We need more room there. Yeah. Okay, now you see that all I need to do is just to copy all of these, copy and paste. But before that, let's run it and see. Let's try it out, because we have one full condition there. Run. So if we select on the 2nd to maybe 31st, and we have one, that's the only condition covered so far. Right, click on that there. Okay, so there's some errors here that we can take care of. That's minor. Alright, so let's just copy and paste, then speed it up. Okay guys, I've finished up with the codes. So this is how it all looks. Let's take it right from up here and take it right down. I believe you've seen those, and this is where I started all of the conditions. Okay, and I have to put this back where they are. Makes it looks neat for me. Alright, that was the very first condition we did together. Okay, now take it down. The second condition. Now let's move this so that you can see it properly. Using else if, that's the second condition. The third condition. Okay, as the fourth one, you can see that the condition has changed here to 2. If you look at the very first 3 here, it's 1. So that's for the first meal. The second meal, right, it's just the same lines of codes. Second part of the second condition, and the third part of the second condition here, with the family. Okay, let's move this up so that you see the final part of it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's go. That's the third condition there. Okay, let's move this up a bit so that you guys can see it from here down here, and take it down, move it up, undo that. Yeah, guess you can see it now. And I think this might be the last part of the condition. Right, that's all there is to it, guys. Okay, and right here, those are the lines of code that add all of those information onto the table, this one that we did earlier. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to now compile and run. Now click on run. There we go. So decision time, let's try the very first condition here, maybe double, why not? It's running now, hopefully. And let's change from on the 5th to on the 12th. That's approximately 1 week. There we go, guys. So we can then enter our customer's details there. Let's say, and the name is Sammy Goodman. Address 9 Goodman Road. Mobile number, email address. Let's go for or maybe Canada. Yeah, why not? Have some good guys there. Date of birth for this guy. Let's enter. Let's change this around and just enter any date. Okay, now ID number, gender. Alright, those are all the information for Sammy Goodman. So all we then need to do is we can just click and enter all of the following for whatever customer we have in there. We can change name. Let's say Sammy do have a wife. We can just say Helen Goodman, female, and just populate it. You can see that, guys. Okay, that's how you develop your own hotel management system in Java NetBeans. Okay, the one up there can always be deleted. Just populate it. So with that, guys, I'm gonna call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you all enjoyed. Please do subscribe and thumbs up, guys. Thank you, and you all have a nice day now. Bye for now.